Siddaramaiah, in the past, he kind of rejected the rotational CM formula, and he also insisted that he will continue to, complete his full term. What do you think has changed now, and what are his loyalists' reactions now after his resignation?
Yeah, yes, of course, in the past he has said that he would stay the full term. On some occasions he has himself said, and on some occasions his loyalists apparently on his behalf have made such statements. But that should not really surprise us. The Siddaramaiah being a consummate politician, you wouldn't expect him sitting in the chief minister's chair to say that my days are numbered. I mean, it doesn't make any political or administrative sense for a chief minister who's in the chair to say that I'm not going to stay here forever. He will
Right.
either have administrative or political hold if he were to make such assertions. And also, of course, I mean, somebody who is in that chair would surely want to stay on, right? So that's also a very nothing that should surprise us. So these two factors, I think, have are important to remember. And also, I think, all said and done, the two chief ministers, I mean, the two players in this have always ended anything they have said with the refrain, "We will abide by what the High Command says."
Right.
So we should also, when the High Command finally called both of them together, they did. I mean, it went as per the script, we can say. I mean, as things stand today, it's gone as per the script. That's one part. And then you asked me about the loyalists. So that's a very somewhat that's been a rather fluid formation in the sense that whom we in the beginning thought were diehard loyalists of Siddaramaiah were not the same till the very end. There were people who moved, and there were some who were in the neutral camp. And also, once the High Command makes its stand very clear, I think those loyalties tend to change, right? So I think that's also important to remember. I mean, there at the end of it, I mean, at the end of 2.5 years, the same number of loyalists that we saw in Siddaramaiah's camp were not really there. I mean, he's still a very popular leader, and he still has very strong following. Not denying that, but loyalist is in politics, I think, is a term that tends to be viewed with, you don't know how it shifts ever, right?
Now the focus shifts to DK Shivakumar. Also with the Karnataka assembly elections coming up in 2028, he barely has like 2 years left. How do you think he can make an impact in this time, and what do you think would be his priorities if he assumes once he assumes office?
Yeah, I mean, it does look like a short term. It's about 2 years. But we should also remember, if you see the history of Karnataka politics, you would see that short terms are absolutely not an aberration. In fact, a chief minister serving a full term is an aberration, rather than the norm. So, and we have had chief ministers in the past who have served 2 years, 3 years, or even less, who have made their own mark. The last being H.D. Kumaraswamy and his father Devegowda. I mean, you look at the entire list of chief ministers of Karnataka, you'll see that many have had very short tenures. I mean, many argue that it is the bane of Karnataka politics. So I think he can still make a mark if something is, if history has something to say to us in Karnataka politics, that is one part. And also, we should remember that he has been chief minister in waiting for very long, and he has been
That's
the deputy chief minister. So it's not like
right.
he's an absolute fresh person coming in. And I think, I mean, he has been patient, and he has been in his own way laying his foundation for doing whatever he wants to do. So we do know that his focus is on urban infrastructure,
Right.
Bangalore, urban governance, and so on. And for those things, I think he has already been thinking through how it will pan out, how easy it's going to be for him, how successful he is going to be is another matter. But I would
Right.
say that the 2 year itself need not be the deterrent.
Now, talking about series of interesting events that happened towards the leadership change, right? Siddaramaiah received the caste survey report. Now, how do we interpret this? Is it, a final shot towards DKS? Because, he was opposing it. How do we interpret this?
Yeah, I mean, yes, it's going to be tricky for DK Shivakumar for sure, because the caste that he comes from, Vokkaliga, and also his own stand on the issue earlier, he has been
Right.
opposing it. I mean, as a community leader, he would definitely oppose it. Vokkaliga and Veerashaiva Lingayats have always opposed the caste survey. So yes, it is going to be tricky for him. That how he will deal with it. We'll have to wait and see. And also, you can be very sure that Siddaramaiah is not going to be very quiet about it. He's going to
That's
keep
right.
reminding the government that this has to be implemented. And let's remember, he has gone to Delhi now, soon after
Right.
tendering his resignation. So I suspect one of the things he would say, he would negotiate, would be caste census, implementation of caste census. This is my this is what I would guess. That's one. And but we should also remember that Siddaramaiah being the tallest OBC leader in Karnataka, and I would argue anywhere in India, uh, for him it's a legacy issue. I mean, it is
Right.
very important for him to show that he has accepted the report. I mean, in fact, the criticism against him earlier has been that he did not accept it earlier. He should have done
Right.
it earlier and not done it in the last minute is a criticism against.
Now, talking about caste, right? At the national level, we've seen Rahul Gandhi taking shots at BJP for OBC representation. Now, how do you think Congress will justify removing a OBC leader, perhaps the only OBC CM across the four states that the Congress is ruling, and replacing him with a Vokkaliga leader? How do you think Congress is going to justify that? Because we're also hearing talks that there are going to be multiple deputy CMs, to sort of balance the caste equation. Do you think that is workable, or do you think that again is a recipe, for instability?
Yeah, I mean, in 2028, looking ahead, it could be, I mean, BJP is already talking about it. So it is something that is going to come up. But for Congress, not doing this, what they have done now, would also have been probably more difficult or equally difficult, hard to say, but they
Okay.
couldn't have kept this hanging any longer. And if it was a some kind of, as we are given to believe, if it was a formula that was arrived at back in 2023, they wouldn't. I mean, I don't think it was feasible for them to not do it or keep it hanging. And also, let's remember that the community from which DK Shivakumar comes, knowing that this was a promise made earlier, would have felt betrayed. So it
That's
is so would can Congress afford to antagonize one community is also a question. I mean, of course, it's going to be difficult for Congress to justify this. Two things I think they would do. One is balancing, as you mentioned, in deputy chief ministers. I think it may be a carefully calculated. I don't think DK Shivakumar would want too many deputy chief ministers, but that is something he may have to, bear with because I think he'll have given the caste equations in mind, that is something that they will do. And also KPCC president's post,
right.
that probably will go to Satish Jarkiholi,
Right.
who's from the scheduled tribe.
I was just going to come to that. What do you think will be the future for Siddaramaiah himself? You said that he won't be moving to Delhi. He'll be remaining actively in state politics. What is the future for him and his close aide Satish and also his son Yatindra? Do you think Congress will follow the same script BJP followed in Bihar? How do you think that will pan out?
Yeah, his son will be accommodated for sure. I mean, DK Shivakumar would be. I mean, DK Shivakumar, considering how hard he has fought to get here, he would be willing to make some accommodations. I mean, first thing he would definitely do is to accommodate Yatindra, and Satish Jarkiholi has also. I mean, he has openly talked about how he wants to be the KPCC president. So that might come through. And also in terms of caste equation, it is important for Congress to have. It would be good to have a somebody from the
OBC.
Ahinda formation in that. No, not OBC. He's a scheduled tribe community leader.
Okay.
So, so that would be a good. I mean, that would be something they would be looking at. Another thing is Siddaramaiah's future. I mean, he has even in the press conference he held some time ago, he made it very clear that he's not interested in national politics, and that is something he has said repeatedly that national politics is not his cup of tea. So he won't be moving there. He has said that he is an MLA and will remain an MLA here. I mean, there's a lot of speculation on how he's going to be accommodated and so on, but national politics is not going to be his thing. And he has said that he's going to stay in state politics. What that
Right.
means for DK Shivakumar and how he's going to handle it is another issue. But there is no sign of Siddaramaiah going to Delhi, surely.